Hello, and today I'm just going to do a quick review of a product I've been using for 10 years and recommending people use for 10 years now, and that's the Geocleanse. So I'll just unplug it now. I'll show it closer to the camera. It's the Geocleanse from Orgone Effects Australia. And I've got an adapter here because I've got an English version of it, so you can get the Geocleanse in multiple different types of plugs for whatever country you might be using them in. So this is the British one, and I've got an adapter here to use it here in Sweden. And it's just essentially a lump of resin, somehow programmed to have a certain frequency within that resin, and it just connects to the electricity circuit. So I don't know how many of you are quite sensitive, but you might feel a difference literally a second after I plug it in. Not many EMFs here in the countryside of Sweden in buildings like this compared to elsewhere, so you may not notice it as strongly as if I plugged it into an airport, for example. But those who are sensitive enough might feel something change as I plug it in. Yeah, a little bit of a shift there. So to me it feels like it's slightly easier to breathe. Feels like my energy field feels more at ease, less of a resistance in my energy field. Yeah, and basically because it is plugged into the electric circuit, all the wires and anything else plugged into the electric circuit of this house is going to be harmonized by this. When they tested these in Australia, they found I think it was only 2 of these was needed for a 90-story building in the centre of Melbourne, I think it was, they tested. And they found that only 2 of these was needed despite all of the computers and printers and modems and different things there. So that's how powerful these can be. So it's quite nice knowing that when you do plug them in, that you're harmonizing not just your house, but very likely a lot of your neighbors as well, just by having these plugged in. So they're really good. I've been recommending them for, like I say, about 10 years now, especially to those who suffer more from electromagnetic frequencies than others. And one of the key things with this is they're very good, but it's only doing the electric circuit and everything that's plugged into it. So for example, I've got a mobile internet here. So when I switch on this modem here, this isn't protecting me because it's not plugged into the electric circuit. The minute I do plug it into the wall socket, like so, now this is being harmonized. It's not going to protect you from all of the effects of a modem like this because it's radiating out a Wi-Fi signal, but it will harmonize this device itself because it's plugged in. So yeah, so after 10 years, I'm still recommending them. I'm still finding that they are useful. I've got one in Sweden here, which we always keep here because we keep coming back to Sweden, and I have another one in England. And it's really quite profound. If you really want to feel the effects of one of these and you're quite sensitive, one of the best places I've ever tested one of these was at Heathrow Airport. Huge airport, tons of electronic devices everywhere, lots and lots of different electronic devices plugged into their electric circuit. And when I plugged one of these in at the airport, what a relief. You know, a lot of the different technologies out there do put out a lot of microwave energies, lots of other different frequencies of energy. So it felt like I was being cooked. And then when I plugged in this, I could breathe more easily, felt more relaxed, felt like I was being less cooked. Obviously, lots of people with mobile devices around, this wouldn't have helped with, but it was such a relief having one of these plugged in at the airport whilst we were waiting for the next flight. Okay, I had to stop the recording there because the microphone stopped working. So I was going to talk about, yes, 5G. So I have actually previously reviewed this device along with lots of other things in one video I did years ago, and that was before 5G became a thing. So people do ask sometimes, well, do these devices work now that 5G is out? And the short answer is yes, they do. So 5G, even though it's officially only a recent thing, they were actually experimenting with 5G before they officially said 5G was out. So there was already some places in the world where they were experimenting with things. And even before 5G, there was something called 4.5G, which not many people know about. So it was somewhere between 4G and 5G frequencies, some sort of technology like that in some way or another. So I already had some indications of whether this device would work with 5G or not way back when. So I can confirm from having people who have 5G devices around them, 5G phones, that they've plugged into the electric circuit whilst they're charging. Yes, this definitely does harmonize things for sure. Obviously, there's a lot more electromagnetic frequencies now, so we're going to be slowly experiencing more of them anyway, whether they're harmonized or not. So there are lots of questions about how much do the harmonizing devices help. But from experience of having one of these plugged in, they do help. They definitely make you feel more relaxed, like you're not being cooked so much when they are plugged in. So well recommended. Even though it's years later since I did the first review, still recommending these, have been recommending these for nearly 10 years now. But yeah, always remember it's only going to harmonize things that are plugged into the electric circuit. And because your home electric circuit is plugged into the electric grid of your country, anything nearby you, not just your neighbours, but even electric stations or 5G towers, if they're quite close to you and you've got one of these plugged in, this is going to actually have an effect on those towers because it's all plugged into the same electric circuit. So this is one of the main reasons I love these devices. Apart from making me feel pretty good, I know that it's going to help my nearest neighbours as well. If you like this review and you would like to see me do more things, please do leave a comments about what you might like me to look into and review. Email me if you wish as well. But please do like and subscribe this channel to support it, and I will see you in the next video.